Liv Morgan is just killing it right now. I mean, I think she's the most believable wrestler in WWE right now.
Wow, that's a bold statement. The most believable?
I sat there with my wife, and, and I even said that, and Amy looked at me, and, she's like playing with something on her phone, and she's like, so what makes her the most believable? And I've said this before. She's the girl that we all knew in high school. She's this hot girl that goes and steals your boyfriend. She's kind of a mean girl. Everyone kind of wants to be like her, outside looking in. And then when you get to know her, she's kind of mean and stealing boyfriends and just kind of just a mean girl.
I think this is some personal drama from your past that may be coming to surface here.
No.
That's what I'm thinking.
No.
Yeah.
No. I was very loyal to all of my girlfriends.
You probably were.
Yeah.
We're talking about Liv, though. We're talking about the other side of the story.
But no, she's very believable. She's that person. We've all met that person. Mm-hmm. We've all been around that person. And I think that's what makes her believable.
How about Dominik, though? Dude, is he not killing it?
He doesn't have to get in the ring and wrestle.
No. That's the great thing about it.
That's the great thing about it.
Dom is a heat-seeking magnet.
Oh, my gosh.
And just the addition of the super mullet and the horrible mustache
just makes it even better.
Oh my gosh! And then you have Liv hanging all over him, which it's somewhere it's going to have to blow up in his face or both their faces. Obviously,
oh yeah, that's going to implode as well.
But yeah, you got the two people with the most heat in the same angle,
dude.
Yeah,
and then you've got Pat McAfee and Michael Cole leaning into it every Monday as well.
Hard.
Yeah. So they're doing a great job also pumping up that to where people are hating them as well. But Dom is okay. You were on Logan Paul's podcast.
That was Sunday morning before I got on the plane and flew home.
Did you see Dom's deal?
I've seen little snippets of it.
Okay. So there's one that I just saw a snippet, a short or whatever. And
is that what they're called, shorts?
Yeah, they're called shorts. There you go.
That sounds better than snippet.
Yeah. Okay. Shorts. So I don't know if you know or not, but Logan got in some trouble in Japan years ago.
He ain't that old. How old?
And he was younger, and it was back when he was really, early on with YouTube, and he was doing these videos and stuff. And he ended up doing a video in Japan where it was in the forest where the guys go out and they commit suicide in this forest in Japan.
This one particular forest in Japan?
People will go.
That's where people go kill themselves.
People will go and hang themselves and stuff. It's like a thing. And he was there. He went to this forest just to go check it out and is filming himself. And is very younger, Logan Paul. And
how much younger? I mean, he's 20-something. How much younger can he be?
I think it was maybe late teens, early 20s. Okay, I don't know his exact age. Right. But goes out there, makes a video with someone hanging in the background.
Shut the front door.
Yeah. So he was gotten a lot of trouble. It was bad.
Where did he post that?
On YouTube and or Vimeo or whatever what he was on before. And pretty bad. So
okay, was it rigged or was it a real person?
Real. This was a real situation. And he's doing a video. He knows the person's back there and everything else, and he does a video in front of it. And he's walking up, filming this person's hanging there.
Shut up.
Yeah. It was not a good idea. It was.
Whoa, so I had no idea about any of this.
Oh, he got a lot of heat. Got a lot of trouble. Pretty bad situation, right? So, and it's one of those things where he apologized, he over the top, done everything he could to kind of, but it's still out there, right? What does Dom do?
What did he do?
Dom sits down and just straight faced. They were talking about wrestling and touring and everything else. And he talked about, he's like, yeah, he goes, you know, I love wrestling in Japan. He goes, hey, you ever been to Japan?
No.
And Dom is doing, you can see him biting his lip.
Oh.
And Logan's just like, he's like, yeah, I've been. Dom's like, man, he goes, God, dude, he goes, I love you. Can't wait to see you get wrestled. Like,
is he like banned from Japan or something?
kind of. So Dom's like going deep into it, like, you know, really leaning into this.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
then all of a sudden Dom broke, and Dom was like, man, are you even allowed like back in Japan?
That's crazy. That's I gotta actually have to look that up.
As far as I know, this is like the first time
anyone's
called him out
on it. Oh.
And Dom was just like, and that's where Logan goes, yes, I'm allowed back in Japan. I can go to Japan. He goes, I've chosen not to go to Japan. And he's like, he goes, to be honest with you, the only way I really want to go back is if like I'm asked to come back, or, you know, as a, hey, we have forgiven you. We would love for you to come back to our country. And he's like, but
I wouldn't wait long on that one, because that ain't gonna happen.
no, probably not.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
I can't believe I've never heard this.
But the fact that Dom
just turned the tables on him like that.
And I don't know if this is something to where the first thing that popped in my head was Dom's thinking 2 years down the road. Dom's thinking,
if he's thinking that far ahead, that just puts him at a whole nother level.
and that's
again.
that's what I thought.
If he's setting the table.
Dom is trying to set a table here to work a program with Logan. I would have loved nothing more than in that moment for Logan to have literally like kicked him off his show. And then we knew, and I would know then, I was like, okay, this is going to be something
Somewhere
that could
down
be.
the line. Right. Yeah, they
this
missed
could
the
be
boat
fun.
on that, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, Dom just he did it without.
Dom.
And was the interview going? I mean, he wasn't.
It was a great interview.
It was a great interview,
From what I
but it's
understand.
straightforward. Like I'm not. I mean, it wasn't like Logan wasn't messing with him or anything, was he?
No.
It was just.
No,
And
they
he-
just started talking about like wrestling and
That's
traveling and
great.
stuff. And Dom just slid this in.
Wow.
And I don't know if Dom thought leading into that interview,
Oh, man,
okay,
he had to.
I've got to go in this direction. I've got to get the conversation to go to this direction where I can mention Japan.
That's just
and then where
next
I
level,
can mention,
bro.
you know, hey, have you literally looked right at Logan and was just like, have you ever been to Japan? And there was like a hush for about
Fell
3
over the
seconds.
room because believe me, that room is full.
You said that. You
Of
said
people.
there's like,
I don't know what we're doing compared to what they're doing, but there was a ton of people. Like there were, I was just like,
we don't have prime money to be able to have
we ain't
that
got
type
any
of
money.
en-
We
to
got
be-
no money.
to have that type of entourage.
yeah, I was just like, everybody was extremely nice and I was just like, holy crap! There had to have been 15 people.
And me and you talked about it, like even like Joe Rogan's show, #1 podcast in the world. There's like 2 people there.
There's the guest, or however many guests there are.
Yeah.
If one of the guests happens to be a wrestler, Tony Hinchcliffe's
Hinchcliffe.
going to be there. There's Joe and there's Jamie.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody else. And I was just like, oh, man, if this is the way it's supposed to look, man, we are way off base. True, we don't have prime money, but man,
I don't know if you need 15 or 20
I don't
people
know.
to run a podcast.
I don't know that would be beneficial. Like
It's
I have a
gotta
hard
be
enough
like,
time not cussing you out, much less
if you had 15 people back
back there.
mom-
Somebody would make a noise that would really tick. I would probably go off on.
yeah,
But hey,
that's.
that's good for him.
But you need to go. You need to go.
I'm
watch
going to watch
Dom.
that. Yeah,
you
and
gotta watch.
I
Dom.
got to watch, especially.
It just made me love Dom even more. Where I was like, for him to be willing to go on that show and call that out
That's
to
awesome,
him
man.
is next level in my opinion.
Wow. From what I understand, like there's been a lot of people that he's had on the show that he's ended up working with. Is that?
Well, I mean, I think he had Randy Orton on, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So
he was worked with Randy Orton. I don't know if he ever had Roman on. I don't know if Roman Reigns has even ever done a podcast.
Oh yeah, sure he has. Surely.
Oh.
Don't call me Shirley.
But
that's interesting, man.
So I mean,
I don't know when it'll be, but when I see Dom again, I'm gonna just, I got to get all the.
That's a gentleman's
What is it?
handshake.
The tea? What I got to get all the tea? Is that
Yeah,
it?
yeah. You got
Is
to
that what
all the tea.
kids spill the tea?
All the kids are saying
that's
that.
what they're doing.
So yeah, Dom went next level on Logan Paul's podcast.
That is great.
Yeah,
yeah.
I love it. So Dom is becoming one of my favorites because I'm a heel guy. I love the heels, right? So
it's hard to be a heel in this day and age, but he's doing a great job. He can't even talk on a mic.
No,
I mean,
he doesn't have to.
It's like Vicky.
Oh yeah.
If some way, I wish Vicky could come back. If Vicky and Dom together with Liv, my goodness.
And the storyline's there for it.
Oh my gosh,
the storyline's there for it. So, and that's what I love about what they're doing. Neither one of them have to get on the mic. Neither one of them have to get in the ring right now.
Yeah.
And
well, at this point now, it's Liv has got to stay 2 steps ahead of Rhea. She's going to get killed. That's not a great physical matchup for Liv.
Not at all.
But that's what makes it intriguing too, because the imagination, man. When
Well,
Rhea gets a hold of her,
the other part to it is also with Liv in that ring against Rhea. There's going to be some type of outside interference. There's going to be something that's going to end up happening in that match because Liv knows I can't beat Rhea just one-on-one. It's a different physical specimen here, and so there's got to be some type of outside interference. So Dom or somebody's going to get involved at some point, right? At all times. So that makes it just even better. And if you're a heel, you got to have some outside interference, right? You got to have somebody come in there with doing something.
And you know what? I haven't seen a lot of the physicality of the matches, but I bet you in this whole storyline so far, hadn't been a lot of flippy doos.
There really hasn't.
You know why? Because they can tell a story. They're telling a story.
Rhea and
Far
Liv,
more important than flippy doos.
Rhea and Liv are telling a story right now.